everybody, Leighton here, back with another writing vlog. So today we're going to talk about something that we haven't talked about in a while, and that is the Caspian Chronicles. I mean, it's something I bring up every once in a while. It's not like we haven't talked about it at all, but it's definitely something that we haven't focused on in a while. As many of you who have been following me for a while know, I am in the query trenches, which means I'm trying to get a literary agent to represent my novel, The Forbidden Prophecy, which is the first book in the Caspian Chronicles series. And that's been going all right, you know. I've only gotten rejections so far, but it's to be expected when you're querying is to get many more rejections than, you know, positive responses. But at the same time, something that I've been feeling for a while now, at least a few weeks, if not months, has been that there's something inherently, I don't want to say wrong exactly, but something that has been inherently not right with my novel at its very core. And I know that I have mentioned this before. I think I mentioned it in one of my videos where I was talking about how I was going to query literary agents, and I said that I felt like I'd pushed my book as far as I was able to push it, but I still felt like it needed work, and I felt like I needed an agent to help me with that. But I think I figured it out myself. That doesn't mean I don't still want an agent. It just means this thing that I felt was wrong with my book, I thought an agent could help me with it, but instead it was more of a, I won't be able to get an agent until I fix this, probably. I don't know for sure. This change may not make any kind of difference in the world. I may not even like the change once I make it, so we'll see. So if you've been around for a while, then you also know that I don't really talk too much about the plot of my book. I've talked about characters in the past. I'll leave that video up there. It was a tag that I did where I talked about my characters a little. And, you know, I've discussed the very basic plot that doesn't really give too much away. But I haven't really talked about the meat of the story. And so when I tell you what I plan to change, it's still going to be in a way that doesn't give too much away because, you know, I want the story to be more of a surprise than, you know, you knowing everything that's gonna happen. But some of the things that I have been forthcoming about in past videos where I've talked about my book is that the main character is named Caspian Sky. He's 17 years old, and he's had these powers for 13 years. They're kind of a mystery to him. He doesn't know what they are or why he has them, and so the plot is he uses them on somebody, and so that's kind of the final straw, and his mom sends him away to learn how to use these powers. And that's not a bad plot necessarily, but it is a very basic plot. You know, there's so many books out there that are, oh, this person has powers, they don't know what they are, and then somebody sweeps in to teach them all about it. So something that I think I'm going to change is I'm going to change the fact that he doesn't know anything. He still probably won't know everything because it's impossible for his mom to know everything to be able to tell him because she is personally not a part of this magical world, so, you know, there's definitely things that she just isn't going to be able to explain to him. But I think I want her to know more than I've had her know in the past, and I think I want her to have passed on this information to Cass already. I just think this will be better for my book in the long run, you know, because I think it'll make dynamics between Cass and the characters a little bit more interesting. It'll make Cass as a person a little bit more interesting because he'll already know some of this stuff, and I can explore how him knowing has affected his normal life. So that's a change I'm really excited for. And so knowing that I want to make that change has then given me more ideas for how I can fix some of the other things. There's a prophecy in the story that's not really spoiling much because the title of the book is literally The Forbidden Prophecy, so if you didn't catch on to that, I don't know what to tell you. But Cass's reasoning for going out to find this prophecy, in my current manuscript, it's pretty shaky. It's very basic. It's like, oh, this prophecy might be about me. Might as well go get it. But now with changing his knowledge from the get-go, it changes a lot of dynamics between him and other characters, and it just gives him a much more logical reason to want to go and find this prophecy. So I think that's also going to work out well. And it's given me an idea of how I can kind of condense the middle part of my novel, because it feels like it drags on for too long. You know, if you're looking at the book as a 3-act structure, it does fall into, you know, those normal categories of the pinch and the resolution and stuff like that. But it does definitely drag on pretty long between each of those moments, so I think I'd like to condense that to make the pacing a little bit more perky and, you know, move it along a little bit better than it is right now. So I'm really excited about this change, but you're probably wondering, well, Leighton, does that mean you're again taking your book out of the query trenches? And yes and no. This change is all at once a big and minor change. In certain ways it's a big change, but in other ways it's very minor and it won't change too much about what this book is at its very core. So there's a lot of things that I won't have to rework too much, so that should be easy, but then there's other stuff that's really gonna have to be reworked. But I think it's a change that I can implement in 1 to 2 months. So I'm going to be taking my book out of the query trenches for about 1 to 2 months just to make these changes, and then hopefully I can put it back out there. And when I make this change, I feel like it's just gonna make my query so much stronger as well. I can't tell you exactly why, but I think my hook for my synopsis for the book is going to be a lot stronger by making this change, because I can say a lot of things up front that I wasn't able to before, so I think that's going to be really great as well. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of what I've been working through these past couple of weeks, kind of silently behind the scenes, because I didn't want to tell you guys about any of this until I was sure that I was going to make these changes. And honestly, I didn't entirely know what changes I needed to make back when I first started thinking about it and considering it. So shout out to my friend Lexi, because she totally talked me through it and helped me figure out what I needed to do to make my book the best it could be. I'm really excited to implement these changes. I think it's gonna be a good time. I'm really excited. So I'm going to start the edits/rewrite in May, because I am doing Camp NaNoWriMo this month and I'm falling behind and I have to catch up, and I can't catch up if I'm focusing on the Forbidden Prophecy. So we're going to wait until May, and then May and possibly June will be my edit revision months, and then hopefully I'll be back in the query trenches and everything will be back to normal. I'll keep you up to date throughout these next couple of months how things are going, because I know you'll be interested hopefully in knowing that. And I feel like once I get these edits and revisions done, things might go a little bit quicker. I mean, I'm hoping, praying. It is a little bit of a bummer that I sent queries out to 20 agents with this manuscript as opposed to one that I'm going to have after these revisions, but I have good faith that God makes things happen for a reason, and so what's meant to happen will happen. But anyway, that's all I've got for you this week, so if you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, and bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a new video, which is every Saturday, the first Wednesday of every month, and the third Wednesday of every other month, because in case you didn't know, I am changing up the schedule for my book breakdowns. They are going to be every other month, because I value my mental health and my sanity. Also, please make sure to check me out on social media. I have Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram, all linked in the description below. I also have a personal blog, which is linked in the description below. It is where I talk about my writing journey, good, bad, and ugly, of trying to publish a book. I'm probably going to post a blog post similar to this video, talking about something similar, but you know, it might have more in-depth thoughts because I'm much more eloquent on the written page. So if that interests you, or if you'd like to see anything else that I've written, I also do spoiler-free reviews, and I post the corresponding blog post to my Let's Talk About Writing videos over there. So if you think any of that sounds interesting, please go over there and check it out. Also, make sure to check out my official author website, LeightonJWilliams.com, which is the first place I'll be posting any updates about my series of Caspian Chronicles. So if I get an agent, publishing deal, or if I decide to self-publish my book, I will tell you there first. So the first people to know will be the first people who go there. And finally, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!